Hey. Okay. Yeah, I got mine up and running. Hey, there is our DM. Oh.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, man?
Doing okay. Doing okay. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well enough. Little tired, but yeah, it's 9:30.
Isn't it like
here.
6 a.m. where you are?
No, it's 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. here in Taiwan, and
Okay.
yeah, but I only got like 5 hours of sleep last night. I had meetings. I had work meetings last night over from New York, so I was up to
Okay.
like midnight and a half.
Interesting. Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know if my video on Discord is going to work because I'm streaming this. So
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Try it again. So this is my first time playing second edition. I did do kind of a once over on the player roles, but I mean, I guess Fantasy Ground kind of takes care of all the roles and stuff anyway, huh?
Yeah, for the most part. And this, like, at least to my knowledge, is like the most automated rule set they have in Fantasy Grounds. So,
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Cool.
One thing
time
that's
in like 20 years.
Oh, first time in 20 years playing second edition?
Yeah, give or take. Actually, I guess it's closer to 30 now. Damn, I'm old.
Yeah, I had a 30-year hiatus on it too.
Same here.
Yep.
I will say I feel pretty freaking old myself, but cool. So one thing that's like really annoying is, I guess I didn't like keep up with this, but there was some update at some point that like destroyed, like, if you had a campaign, like all the tokens for your encounters got broken. So like it's really annoying. I have to like go in and like drag a token to all my encounters now. So but whatever. Like it's still a good rule set and everything, but like, man, that was really annoying.
I think it was a core RPG thing that broke it.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you have third party extensions or mod files loaded, they'll when Smartworks updates a rule set or the core RPG or something, then the community developers don't keep up with their mods, then you got to unload their mods to get the thing to work.
Right. Okay. I think I'm about ready. We've got like six players, I think.
Yeah. 6 players. Well, 5 so far.
5. Okay. All right. Very cool. Very
Baron,
cool.
Dolomite, myself, Renta, and respawning. Please wait.
All right. Cool. Let me just want to get I like to use OneNote to kind of keep track of notes and whatnot.
Yeah, I should get my notebook up on my MacBook here.
Okay. So I think I've got it. Everything's going. So let's go ahead and kick it off. So you the lot of you now, like I said, you can have whatever kind of background or why you're on the ship. Like that's up to you. But you all ended up on a ship, sailing into down the Celantan River into Greyhawk, and it was a cargo ship called the Endurance. The captain, his name was Captain Garvin, and I'm just kind of in media res going to say that you guys helped out on the ship and did stuff and whatever, and he's very very grateful for it. And as you pull up at the dock outside of the river quarter in Greyhawk, he's very appreciative of the help that you gave, and he says, he tells you that there's a in the river quarter there's a tavern called the Lost Seas Tavern that he knows the owner, and he recommends it to you. So that's kind of where we're gonna start.
Tavern it is.
Cool.
Tavern it is.
Yeah, Renta's
Alright.
not very comfortable going into a city because he's used to the forest.
Okay. Yep.
Well,
Yeah. So as you enter the city, by the way, it's pretty amazing. I don't think any of your characters have ever seen anything so majestic in terms of the hustle and bustle and number of people running around, etc. It's pretty it's pretty impressive. And as you get off the ship, you see there are a few things stand out to you. Like there are just people everywhere. There are shops just one after another. You see what you assume to be roguish individuals kind of hiding out in alleyways and checking out people possibly to pickpocket them. And the other thing you notice is there are a good number of a group that I guess I would describe as a gypsy folk who are who kind of set up little places along the road and entertain people and whatnot. And so it's a very vibrant, kind of very busy city compared to what you've all seen before.
So Nezarine, he having been born and raised in a fishing village, the first thing he does is he looks for the closest fishing stall or the fish seller and see what kind of local fish they have here. And potentially derails the campaign by going into a trade agreement side quest.
Nice. Yeah. So, like, what I would say is, it's very chaotic as you get off the ship and go into town. So you can certainly sort of kind of scout out things, but there isn't like necessarily like an obvious, like fishing company or whatnot. But
Okay.
there are lots of people doing lots of things, if that makes sense.
Well, for now, in all seriousness, I'll go back into the character here, but he'll stick with the group for now. But he'll look around and see if anything catches his eye regarding any trade houses nearby or something like that, just to kind of keep in mind for later.
Okay. Nope. Fair enough. I will keep that in mind. So yeah, you enter the city of Greyhawk through the river quarter, and it's as I described it, and Captain Garvin had kind of indicated that hey, there's this tavern that I'm quite fond of, and I know the owner. That's as you walk through the river quarter, it's you kind of go straight and kind of keep bearing left, and it'll be on your left, and lo and behold, it only takes a few minutes, and you see it, the Low Seas Tavern.
If you actually want to derail the campaign, the correct way is just to go anywhere except that tavern.
Oh, okay, then I go the opposite direction.
All right. So I'm detecting a problem. We have a problem player now, right? No, I'm
easy. It's a bustling city. A rogue comes up and assassinates me. Roll new character.
Yep.
Yeah, Renta wants to seek refuge from the busy street, so he's heading to the tavern.
Okay.
I have a special defense against rogues pickpocketing me. I don't have any money for them to steal.
Amazing.
Gorg heads into the tavern as well, looking for a drink.
All right.
Aaron walks in.
What is it obvious what race your character is? Renta?
Yes. He's half elf.
Okay. Oh, so he's very similar to my character then. Okay. So Nezrine just kind of sticks with Renta for the time being as they go into the tavern.
Okay.
Wait, we have 3 half elves in the party? This is scary.
Well, my half elf is somewhat shorter than probably the other half elves.
Gorg's a half orc.
I'm a human.
The half orc is not currently in the party sheet.
Okay. I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh yeah,
Let's see.
We have one human who won't be able to see crap underground. Got it.
Hold my hand.
Much as it is.
Put a little leash on you like a little kid.
Need a dungeon buddy.
Opie is blind fighting.
We're just gonna go into this dark, deep dark cave. Trust me.
4, 5. Okay.
That's very dangerous. You go first.
Okay, I think I have the combat tracker and party sheets aligned with who's online now.
Yep, looks good.
All right, cool. Okay, so the lot of you end up kind of navigating your way through the river quarter, and you find the Low Cities Tavern, and as you enter, it's a fairly impressive tavern. Like there are a lot of patrons, a lot of folks in here drinking, and you can see that the guy behind the bar is a
real long shot.
I'll say he's obviously a half orc, which isn't always obvious, but he's obviously a half orc. And he has an eye patch, like to live up to his name of One Eye Halloran. And it's a pretty busy, kind of pretty busy scene here. You see, like I said, folks imbibing and enjoying themselves. And one thing that's really interesting, so for your characters, is that you see at the bar, there's actually a centaur who's in this bar.
A centaur.
And like this is like really unusual. Like, I mean, this city must be so big and metropolitan that like, all manner of folk come in here. Like, this is really unusual to all of you. Like, oh my god, there's a centaur like at the bar ordering a drink. But that's the scene.
What's that half horse, half man thing doing over there? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, me neither. That's wow. I used to live in the mountains, but I've never seen a centaur before. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
centaurs
The fact
live in
that
mountains? Do centaurs live in mountains, or do they live in forests?
I mean, I think common knowledge would say that they're kind of forest based.
Okay.
It's really unusual to see one in town and just hanging out. Like that's
Indeed.
really weird.
Renta's comforted that there's a creature that he would encounter in the forest here, so he walks up to him and greets him.
Okay, very cool. Let me pull up a map here.
Nezarine hangs back. He's a little freaked out by the half horse person because he's never seen one before.
Yeah, it is unsettling. Okay, so I think that you can see the map. I think I just shared the map.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna pull you guys onto the map.
Oh, sweet.
All right. So you guys are in there, and let me get
I will say, in the entire time on the ship, you have never seen Marastus eat or drink anything at all.
Okay.
1 second. Let's do. Okay, wait a minute. I'm struggling a little bit getting my. Oh, here we go.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So we're in the tavern in
So
Greyhawk,
I think let's do.
and there's a centaur in the tavern.
Okay.
Am I the only
So
cleric?
you should.
You guys are screwed.
So you guys should be see yourselves in the tavern.
Yep.
And at the bar, there is a you see Halloran, the half orc, and standing at the bar on the customer side is the centaur. And you so first off, just want to make sure you guys can see. Oh, I meant to turn off the setting that makes you have to get approval for your moves. Hold on. All right, I think that's off.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, wow, look at that. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice fireplace. I kind of just chill out in the fireplace for a bit. What season is it right now?
So we're gonna start with it being at the end of oh my god, so I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember all the names of the Greyhawk months, but I think it's need season or something like that. Right after Christmas.
Oh, okay,
essentially,
so
the Greyhawk version of Christmas. Yeah.
I'm definitely next to the fireplace then.
All right, cool.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner and watch the room. No drink. no
Okay.
food.
Okay. Very cool.
I order whatever their finest beer is.
Okay, so yeah, so they have a Halloran is very happy when you ask about the finest beer. Halloran's very happy to announce that they have an ale that is has some dwarven origin to it, and he's very happy to pour it out, and it seems like all the patrons love it. So,
give me one of those.
Yeah.
So this is his first time out of the big village.
Yep.
He's going to get drunk.
Yep. Yeah,
Not
I mean, this is like going to New York City or something, right? This is like, dude, I'm here, I'm getting lit up. Yep. So
how much is that?
Let's say so what's funny is I have a bunch of shortcuts that somehow got broken. So I don't but let's just say it's like a silver piece, okay?
Okay. He walks over to the bar, drops he only has gold pieces right now, so he drops a gold piece and says, "I'll buy one for each of my friends here."
Oh, thank you.
That's five silver total.
Okay.
Thank you
Okay.
kindly.
Justice will decline, but thank you.
Okay.
Well,
very
then
cool.
That's
so
an extra glass for whoever wants it.
I'll drink his.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
double
so
sip it.
no, very cool. And there's definitely like a festive type of feeling in here. People are, everyone's having fun, and it's definitely the ale is really good. One thing you guys notice as the night progresses a little bit is that centaur is you kind of notice him being very I don't know, very vocal and kind of obnoxious. And there's a point in the night where he this centaur goes up to the bar and addresses the barkeep, and he I'm going to put something in the chat here. He says to him, he's like, in just very gravelly voice, it's like, "Can't you see? I've been standing here full clench. Your chamber pot is no good to me. You got a stable or something? I'm gonna lose my mud. Or do you want it on the floor?" And Halloran is like, "Okay, I'm cutting you off. Get out of here." And this centaur, he starts to pull a club from his belt.
No blasters, no blasters.
I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
Nezring grabs a whiskey glass from the bar and orders an extra shot for himself and one other person.
Okay. So
And once he receives that shot, he offers it to the centaur and says, "Hey, mate, calm down. You wanna drink?"
okay. So you do this, and the centaur he's drunk. He is just stinking drunk. And he he goes after the barkeep. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to move to segments and take intentions here. So, Gorg, what do you want to do?
Oh boy. I'm just gonna. Oh man. I don't know if I don't want to get in. I guess I'll get involved and I'll try to stop the centaur from punching the guy. So I'll go over and I don't want to use my sword on him. So I don't want to kill him.
Okay.
What else I got for a weapon? Let me see here. Just the dagger and the sword.
And in terms of like doing like intentions for the round, you don't have to be that specific. Just if you're like, hey, I'm going to try and subdue him or whatever, that's good enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Then we'll do initiative, and then when your turn comes up, we'll figure it out more concretely. But
okay, yeah.
Okay, Renta.
Yeah, I'm going to try and talk to him, try and calm him down.
Nezrin.
I am going to assist Renta by trying to calm him down while holding the shot of whiskey in front of him.
Marastus.
I'm mostly trying to read the room and see how everyone else is responding. And otherwise, I'm just going to stand up because I figure I'm going to have to go heal somebody.
Okay, and Baron.
This beer's good. I'm just gonna sit here.
Good one, long shot.
I like
All right.
I like that.
This is not my problem. This is a problem for local security. I just got here.
All right. So, I think at this point we'll go ahead and roll the initiative. So we've done intentions. We'll roll initiative. So Gorg, I think you're gonna roll initiative for like a your attack, I guess.
Okay. Yep.
So if you plan on using a particular weapon or spell, are we rolling it off of the actions tab or just the general initiative on the main tab?
I think like my intent is to use like the action off of your character sheet. So if you're gonna, so for those that are just like kind of parlaying at this point, you just roll a generic initiative, I guess.
Oh, so did I roll it off the right spot then?
Not
I
sure
rolled it
how
off
to
the-
tell.
Yeah, I rolled it off the action tab, so I did it off the right one.
Okay, perfect.
So I got a 6. Wow, everybody rolled really low.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Let me. Been a bit since I've run this. Okay. Crap, dude. I'm sorry. I accidentally advanced to the next round, so everyone lost their initiative. I'm sorry.
All right, do over.
Would you mind doing it again? Sorry, that was totally my bad.
Oh, no worries.
Hey, look at that! Look at that!
I did even better.
Look
Okay,
at that, nat
great.
1.
Great,
Renta's
so-
just chilling, drinking a beer.
Yeah. So Renta, you're gonna talk to him. Was your intention, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do like a reaction roll.
Okay.
Okay. So Renta, you try and parlay with this centaur and calm him down. It feels like you have some effect on him. like he sort of like sets his drink down. He's like, okay, all right, let me rethink my life here, etc. And then he gets enraged again. Nezarin, what? Sorry, what was your action going to be?
I was assisting Renta by like holding the whiskey and kind of like offering it while Renta is trying to calm him down.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna rule at this point that you guys have like talked him off the ledge.
Oh,
So-
stop doing that. Good.
Yeah. So he seems pretty, erratic, but at the moment has, doesn't seem threatening, but
So I tell him
I
that maybe we could find somewhere for him to relieve himself. Let's step out and see. Maybe there's an alley or somewhere we can go. And I share, like, I'm a creature of the forest myself. I'm not comfortable in these environments, so it must be tough for him as well.
Okay. Yeah. So he, if you can imagine, so I know it's a centaur, so it's not the same as like, you're walking a drunk person out of the bar. Like it's a little different because
It's walking a drunk horse out of the bar.
yeah, he's got 4 legs, right? So, yeah, you know what? You guys are able to like kind of walk him out of this place, and he ends up chucking out there in the street, and but you walk him back to the stable, and he does his business, and everything's good. So,
How does the rest of the place react? I mean, is this something that goes on every day and everybody's just back to their beers?
well, what's interesting? So this happened. This was, at least it seemed unusual to the crowd. Like they got pumped up, and they're like, "What's happening here?" As you escort this centaur out, and he you've kind of diffused the situation. He there's actually like the folks when you walk back in, they applaud when you walk back in. Like you've got people applauding when you come back in. So
Yeah, Renta doesn't know what to do with the attention, so he finds a corner somewhere, tries to keep a low profile.
okay, very cool.
Go over sit by Marastus there.
Nice. Okay.
Goes back up to the bar where he had his drinks and double fists them again.
All right, perfect. So when you come back in, the mood gets back to like celebratory. Excuse me. There are a lot of people, drinking, having fun. There's a guitar player at some point, and yeah, totally. And the group, your group, you're approached by a couple of, I'm going to say you assume they're teenagers, like they're very young. There's a couple of teens that approach you, later in the night. And they're kind of like, it's almost like they're starstruck a little bit. Like, you guys are like, oh my God, like you guys handled that big bully, centaur, and they're very respectful. And it's a boy and a girl that are, like teenagers, maybe they're like 16, 17, whatever. And they're actually, what's interesting, I'll shortcut this. They're begging for your help. They have a they introduced themselves, by the way, as there's a girl and a boy. The girl's name is Kate, and the boy's name is JJ. And
they appear. I appear to them to be, about the same age as they are. So I'm a teenager myself.
okay, yep. And they beg for your help. They have a friend named Robbie who has been missing for a few days. They go on to describe that Robbie was like so let me back up a second. They play some weird game where they pretend to be fantasy characters. Okay.
Nesrin chuckles out loud about this, and he says, "Nerds."
Yeah.
And he goes back to drinking his drink.
Yeah. And so they pretend to be like wizards and warriors and all kind of stuff. And Robbie took it really seriously. And Kate explains that Robbie actually believed himself to be like a high priest of Bakub, who Bakub is like the kind of the god of magic in Greyhawk, right? And he thought of himself as some great priest or holy man or whatever. And the three of them would play this game where they pretended to be fantasy characters, but Robbie took it really seriously. And he's been, like I said, he's been missing for a couple of days. And, Pete says, like, they fear that Robbie has been talking about the Eye of Vecna, some artifact called the Eye of Vecna that he believed to be in the castle ruins that are, northeast of the city. He's been fascinated by it, obsessed with it, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like he's been gone. I think he really went to do it, and yeah, and you guys seem like really capable and brave. How you handled the centaur. Do you think you could help us find Robbie?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I think we could do that.
You don't want to what do we do for this?
I don't think these poor kids are going to have much to.
Oh, helping people is its own reward.
Well, maybe if we do this one thing, the word will get out and we'll get a better job.
Well, is there treasure in these ruins that he went to? If he thinks the Eye of Vecna is there, maybe there's some other treasure there.
That could be true, yeah.
Nezra
So-
shakes his head and he's like, I don't know about this. I don't like this at all.
Of course, if you
Why
find
don't
the
you,
Eye of Vecna,
Why don't you go talk to the local, I don't know, the law of this city and have them look for your friend?
So the response you get, they're teenagers, and they it's like nobody cares about us kids. They don't take us seriously.
That's enough right there for me to, want to volunteer for this.
Okay.
wow, what a crappy city that doesn't care about its own children.
Yeah.
Well, or these children.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
them? The other children are fine. It's just these children can go get screwed.
Right. Yep.
What
So-
about his parents?
Yeah, what about his parents?
Yeah. So, these kids reveal to you that they're all actually orphans.
Of course they are.
Yeah. Yeah, they're orphans, and there's an orphanage. It's like it's called the Garden Quarter. It's a much more like a very fancy part of town here that probably folks like you wouldn't even be allowed into. But
Wait, folks like me. Do you
but
have something against Fisher folk?
well, the fact that you're not rich means you probably wouldn't be allowed in the Garden Quarter, but they're actually part of an orphanage that's based in the Garden Quarter.
I have count them, 3 pieces of lint in my pocket. I'm not that poor.
That's probably more than they have.
I've got ration packs.
That's more than me.
Well, Nezri shakes his head and says, "All right, well, I guess we got to do something to get our name out there." And I look at the kids and say, "You help me find a trading company or something that needs more fishing and trade in the mountains and west of here,
okay,
and I'll help you."
So have you?
So Kate says I don't know much about business and trading and all the stuff you're talking about, but I will tell you, Robbie, and that's the kid that's missing. Robbie spent a lot of time at there's a store in this quarter, in the river quarter, called Needful Things. And Robbie spent a lot of time there and spoke very highly of the proprietor. If you seek such things, maybe talk to him, because he's like an adult and knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Right, so point us toward these ruins, and we'll go chase down your larper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should go by the Needful Things. Maybe that's where he discovered the clues.
Let's head to the ruins.
Okay.
All
right.
So the only information they have to offer is that, the ruins of Castle Greyhawk are about a day's journey northeast of here. They believe that Robbie was, again, he's hunting the Eye of Vecna. He believed it to be in the westernmost tower, and apparently the way that these kids describe it is, legend has it there are 3 towers that kind of comprise Castle Greyhawk, and each tower has like a labyrinth below it, right? And they believe that he went in the westernmost tower, which is commonly referred to as the Tower of Power. Yeah.
Sounds like a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
That used to be the backup horn section for Hugh Lewis and the News.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to,
Let's
go on to the go on to the dungeon, we can do that. So
yeah, we can't afford to stay in the city, so.
All right. So as you may or may not recall, I have a very needy dog, so I'm gonna probably at this point take just a 5-minute break here and come back.
Okay, sounds good.
No problem.
All right.
I got one of those too.
All right. Yep. All right. Be right back.
All right. Intermission.
I'm gonna top up coffee. Have you guys done a lot of Fantasy Grounds?
Oh yeah. A lot of 5e. God, Matt, how long we've been playing together? Over 6 years.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've just been on about 2 years. My in real life game, we were on hiatus, and I decided, well, do it online. Tried World 20, but I ended up Fantasy Grounds had a lot more. Like the automation is awesome.
Yeah, that's a huge plus with it. But yeah, this particular rule set is the most automated of them all, and the guys who developed it, I mean, I think they've done a really good job with it.
Yeah, most of my games are actually in 2e.
I took a number of old school first edition modules and converted them over to 5th edition. The whole GDQ series.
Oh yeah, cool.
Keep, White Plume.
Did you do it from scratch, or did you cross-load it using the Universal Module extension?
No, I did it by hand. Because right when 5e came out, which was like back in 2015-ish, I mean, it was.
Oh yeah.
I just took the PDFs and I just copy pasted right out of the PDF.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab some tea real quick.
And then, found a map, really cool map online, and just hooked that in. And then when they created Unity, Unity, then I just ended up, I spent like a weekend just drawing all the walls and the doors and secret doors and stuff like that for the keep map and the caves. And I got a group on Thursday night going through it now, and they're loving it.
Very cool. Yeah, I have a Thursday game. That's the one I brought from the real life campaign, and started on Fantasy Grounds, and now I have another one I'm running and a couple I'm playing in.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably played Keep, at some point in time.
I've actually never played it.
You never played Keep on the Borderlands? Wow.
No.
Okay. I won't give away any spoilers as for where my Thursday night group is, but they're I will just say this: they're about to enter. They're about to get either they're going to become really. They're either going to survive the upcoming fight or they're going to get killed. And if they survive the upcoming fight, it's going to really tell me how powerful that they really are.
Yeah, I've watched Celestian's playthrough of Keep, so I haven't seen it, so don't worry about spoilers.
No, they're about to. I don't know if you recall, but there's an armory in the Hobgoblin lair, and they just whacked the guards that were guarding their armory, and then there was a goblin that was running away from them that led them there, who then subsequently ran through the armory and then through a couple of secret doors to get to the Hobgoblin Warlord. So the Hobgoblin Warlord's going to be warned that there's an adventuring party that's about to breach into this area, the area of what has like 3 rooms, just full of hobgoblins. It's going to be like Han Solo when he runs around the corner and he sees all the stormtroopers and then bolts back the other way.
Run away!
So I imagine that, if they're smart, they're going to see what's in there and they're going to turn around and run, or they're going to be like, all right, let's do this. And I'm like, okay. That 2d6 martial advantage the hobgoblins get in 5e when they hit, it's going to hurt, along with their longsword damage.
So what level are they?
They are 3rd level in 5e.
Yeah, I just started a 5e campaign. My friend's running Rapanathuk, and I died session 2.
Chris was DM in one game, and I think it was Demon Web Pips, and we were fighting a bunch of beholders, and I had a what was it, a necromancer or something like that, and I was down half my hit points, and I got disintegrated. It was an amazing death.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Yeah, it was like, oh, goodbye.
Yeah, and when I run beholders in 5e, in the player's turn, I just tell them to roll the d10 because I'm not going to be responsible. I'm not going to be responsible for choosing, the way the beholder, ends up killing their character.
That was pretty awesome.
Nice. So, yeah, you guys are on your way to Castle Greyhawk, and like I said, it's about a day's march northeast of the city. And
is the centaur going to give us a ride?
Unfortunately, no. Okay.
If you ask him, he may give you a kick hard enough to propel you part of the way.
Okay, so you end up, traveling northeast of Greyhawk, and it's largely like a plains type of environment, and you toward the end of the day, as you're approaching the ruins, you run into a it kind of stands out like a sore thumb. There's a like a tavern inn type of thing, like pretty big, and the sign outside says Worm Slayers Roadhouse, like worm as in WYRM, Worm Slayers Roadhouse, and it's like, goodness, like pretty close to the ruins, but it's like the like, kind of like the last bastion of
civilization.
Yeah.
Is this so the terrain, it's plains or is it mountain?
It's plains.
Okay. My character's a ranger, so that's why I ask.
Yep.
Is this my favorite terrain?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So shall we rest here and get prepped and maybe get some scuttlebutt? Because since they're so close.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Sounds
Okay.
like a good idea to me too.
Okay.
My character just kind of prepares his gear and his bow, all that fun stuff.
Okay.
Head in.
All right. Let's see. Okay.
I'm just going to do some test rolls here, make sure my rolls are okay.
Hey, Canadian, how's it going? Starting a new Greyhawk campaign here.
You see me practicing outside.
We spent 10 minutes in Greyhawk City. Now we're going to the ruins. Castle Greyhawk. Well, we're stopping at a tavern just outside the ruins.
Oh, this is cool.
Okay.
Ooh, line of
So
sight.
you arrive, and it's night. Like it, you left in the morning, and it's nearly nighttime at this point. Oh, that stupid movement lock on. All right, I just turned it off. Yeah, and you guys arrive at Worm Slayer's Roadhouse. So as you enter, there is, I don't have tokens in here, but if you can imagine, there are, several patrons sitting here around the bar, and there's a middle-aged guy behind the bar who, hails you as you walk in. He introduces himself as Krellar, and he has a dog that comes out from behind the bar and comes sniffs you guys and everything, and wants to be petted and all that stuff, and he introduces he's Krellar, and the dog's name is Bonebreaker.
I'll give the dog a lot of attention.
Okay.
I also pet the dog.
Okay, very cool. And Krellar is like, welcome, travelers. I assume based on your look and your arms and armament, you're intending to plunder the castle ruins, right?
That happen on a regular basis?
There are quite a few people that come through here who do so. Yes.
How many come back?
Not many. Not many.
Did you see a teenager named Robbie? Did he come through here?
Robbie.
Short, young, peach fuzz, kind of like this guy.
Robbie. There was some kid. So I have to tell you guys, there are a lot of people that come through here. But yeah, there was some kid that came through here not long ago who was quite frankly delusional, and I tried to sort of talk him out of it, but he thinks he's a high priest of Bakub, so and he does kind of
That's him. We're trying to find him for his friends.
Yeah. He was hell bent on going to the ruins, and guys, I got to tell you, I tried to offer him a job washing dishes here.
What did he
anything other than going to the castle ruins, but yeah, this kid was hell bent on it. Yep.
So is that job still open? I may need that.
We can negotiate that if you like a job, yeah.
But what was he wearing at the time? Because we don't really know what he looks like, other than what the teenagers told us.
So he was probably, a 16, 17-year-old kid, kind of tall and lanky, and with like curly black hair.
Was there anything he was wearing that kind of stood out to you that would help us identify him more easily, or
Ring tattoo.
I wish there were. He just was he just came off to me as like some kid with a lot of dreams, and I can't place anything about him that's like super recognizable. But he was hell bent on going to the Tower of Power. I know that.
all right, well, looks like this ranger's got his work cut out for him.
And Krellar goes on to mention that, you guys seem like an adventuring band. Like you are the type that are gonna try and plunder these ruins for yourselves. Like I can anticipate it. And if you ever need help, this establishment is a great place for you to
Lick our wounds.
lick your wounds, but
Or have the dog do it.
but we also, so many people try to seek their fortunes in the castle that there are a couple of notable people that have like set up shop here. So, and he points to the east, and says, in the common room over there, there's a magician named Hocus Tocus who is kind of set up semi-permanent shop there, and he identifies items and helps people who seek their fortunes in the ruins. And then he kind of points back behind him and he says, back in the dining room, there's a priest of Farlon, and Farlon is like the deity of like travel and whatnot. And he's like, there's a priest of Farlon who helps travelers with healing their wounds and whatnot. So if you're going to explore the castle ruins, this is a fine place to return to. And your gold is always good here.
How much is it to set up a room for us for, like, I don't know, a week?
Yeah. Does anyone happen to have the like cost for that stuff handy?
It's in the player's
whatever
handbook.
The player's handbook. Whatever it says, I'm good with. I just don't have it up and handy.
I do have the player's handbook here, actually. Give me a second to look it up, and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Let's see. City rooms per month.
In lodging common, 5 silver a night.
Okay.
So
I've got 53 or 52 gold pieces on me, so I'll hand over like 3 gold pieces just to reserve a room for all of us.
Okay.
Use to store our extra stuff. And
okay, very cool. Okay, like he's tickled about it. And you know, upstairs there are several rooms, and he promises like, hey, we'll send up, we'll send up food and drinks at whatever frequency you want them, and yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
I think maybe we might want to talk to that priest, see if he'll want to come with us, or she'll want to come with us.
Or maybe they know something that might be helpful.
Okay.
Did Robbie speak to anyone else while he was here? Do you know?
No, this kid was he was kind of irrational. I didn't think he'd actually go through with it, but yeah, he came and went. I don't remember him socializing with anyone.
Yeah, his friend said he was obsessed with finding some artifact.
Oh, aren't they all? Aren't they all?
Yeah, but he seems ill-equipped to pursue such endeavors.
Yeah. 'Tis a shame. I hope you find him. If you do, there'll be a warm hearth here, and if you save the kid, they'll be around on me. How about that?
Sounds
Nezrin
good.
nods, and he looks over where the priest is, and Nezrin decides to walk over to the priest and ask him if he knows what we might encounter at the ruins, like animals or other creatures, and Nezrin is actually being a ranger. He's actually trying to prepare, like whether it's with potions or anything else that might help him
Yep.
in the coming
Okay.
encounters.
So the priest of Farlon, who sets up shop here, is known as John the Traveler. His name is John the Traveler, and he, you ask about the dungeons, and he has some knowledge of them. He tells you, so he reveals a couple facts. He tells you that not many folk who travel to the dungeons actually return in any kind of shape that I can help them with. And he's a healer, right? And they don't often return in a shape that he can help them with. But he does tell you that he's learned that many folk who come back from the Tower of Power claim that it's dangerous to use magic in the Tower of Power. Like your spells may not return the results that you expect.
Is that
he's heard of, like, someone casts a fireball spell and it but it ends up freezing their allies instead of burning the enemy, etc.
Do you know if that applies to divine as well as arcane magic?
He doesn't seem to know enough yet.
Is it just inside the tower, or does the effect extend around the tower?
Everything he's heard is it's within the tower. But yeah, magic just may not be as reliable as you would hope.
Nezrin thinks about this for a second, then he asks the priest, what about herbs or like potions, those kind of things, are those also affected?
I believe them to be, but I can't speak with certainty.
Okay. Do you sell any potions or anything else that can potentially help us?
He indeed does sell things. Give me 1 second. So he actually sells potions that will heal your wounds. He sells holy water. He sells wooden stakes to combat vampires. He sells wolfsbane to combat werewolves. Garlic to combat vampires. And he also sells belladonna. Sprigs of belladonna.
What is the belladonna for? Like,
Fighting lycanthropy.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But would my character know that?
Yeah, I think it's, especially as a ranger, like it's yeah, I think that would be common knowledge.
Okay. Then my ranger, he does buy some of the herbal stuff, the wolfsbane, the belladonna, and garlic. He assumes they're kind of cheap because, at least for garlic, it's common. And then he asks how much the holy water and the healing potions are.
Okay, so he sells holy water. He creates, and again, they're consecrated by the deity Farlon, the god of travelers. He's very serious about this. He sells 1 vial of holy water for 25 gold pieces. And if you wish to purchase a potion of healing from him, he will sell it to you for 250 gold pieces.
Oof.
Oof. Okay. I've only got 49 gold pieces, so
I have
I got
2.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I do. Oh yeah, I don't think we have enough for a healing potion. So I go ahead and I buy 1 vial of holy water.
Yep.
25 gold pieces. Let me mark that
Okay.
off my list here.
Okay. And if you don't mind, if you can go into items and just get the holy water and drag it to your character sheet, that'd be helpful.
Yep, let me do that right. Let's see. Is it records? Oh yeah, I see it. Records, items, and I'll do a search for holy
Yeah,
water.
if you can't find it, I can do it, but
Yeah, there it is. 1 vial, and then drag it to my inventory sheet, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, yep, got it. Cool.
All right.
And I have 24 gold pieces left. And how much is the garlic, belladonna, wolfsbane?
Okay, Wolfsbane, 1 sprig is going to be 10 silver pieces. Garlic
is 10
Go
silver
ahead.
pieces. Is 10 silver 1 gold piece?
I think it's 20.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
10 in the second edition.
Okay.
And then garlic is going to be 5 copper, and belladonna is going to be 4 silver.
So I will buy enough garlic for the whole party. So that's how much was that again for the garlic? 4 copper.
5 copper.
5 copper per. So
Yep.
I need to learn what the copper per silver. Let's see.
Well, I have copper, so I could just deduct it from mine.
Now, table 42 shows silver is 10 silver per gold.
Oh, is it? Okay, maybe I'm thinking 1E.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. So 10 copper for 1 silver. 10 silver for 1 gold piece. Okay, so
Platinum and Electrum are the weird ones.
Yeah.
So I will buy 5 cloves of garlic. So that is, let's see. So that's 2.5 gold pieces, or 2.5 silver. Let me make sure I convert these correctly here. So I got 5 copper left. Okay. So 1 clove of garlic each person, and then belladonna. How much was that again?
Oh, I just lost it. Hold on.
Sorry,
Yeah, no worries. A sprig of belladonna is 4 silver.
I buy 1 of those and 1 of the wolfsbane.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So let's add garlic and wolfsbane and 1 belladonna. Okay.
Okay. And you know, Krellar, the barkeep is very enthusiastic about how you're, you know, talking to John the Traveler and all this stuff. Like he's very enthusiastic about it, and you know, wishes you guys the best on returning, you know, going to the dungeons and returning alive, and there'll certainly be a great feast next time you come back.
Laden with treasure.
Exactly.
And just for good
maybe
measure,
even the guy we're after.
Just for good measure, I go ahead and buy 1 of the wooden stakes from him. You never
Okay.
know. The ranger is prepared.
Yep.
If we go up against a vampire at this point, the wooden stake is not going to do us a damn bit of good.
Nezarin doesn't know that. He's just like, hey, you know what? Wooden stake. I am prepared.
Nice.
And he also has a towel with him because you never leave home without a towel.
Yep.
Haha.
That's good counsel. Okay. So you guys are able to you kind of wrap up your business there, and you're able to get to the ruins. From a distance you can see, like, it's clear. There's you know, there are 3 towers. There's one, you know, there's a westernmost one, you know, easternmost, and a central one. Again, you know, you were told that the kid, you know, was fascinated with the westernmost, but you can obviously do whatever you'd like in terms of your own intentions here.
I see if I can find any footprints or any signs of any recent anybody who may have recently come here. Any signs of, you know, travel.
Okay.
Are we at the castle right now, or
You're like the setup is you are kind of there's a bridge that you cross that leads you to there's like a moat kind of around all three towers, and you cross this bridge and you're there.
Check
So
for a troll under
you're
the bridge.
Then,
What's that?
There's a troll under the bridge. Then, yeah, I go ahead and I look for signs of activity, that either footprints or anything like that. And I have my skills here.
Does the bridge look sturdy?
It does. It's like it's a kind of a stone built thing. It seems very solid, but who knows, right?
So I rolled a 50.
Okay.
I don't know what that. It says a failure, but I don't know how this works for tracking, honestly. But
Yeah.
Tracking.
Yeah, it's percentile. It's percentile. So you check the ground, and it's obvious to you there's a lot of travel between the city and the dungeon, but there's nothing you pick out specifically that's helpful.
I look at the party and I say, well, there's a lot of people that come here, but there's no obvious direction of which tower is traveled to the most. So,
Yep.
Sorry, can't be much more help than that.
Well, we're kind of pointed at the Tower of Power, right? Is where we suspect he went.
Yep.
Did nobody tell us where the rave was being held?
No, they did not. So what's your strategy for approaching the tower? You got the bridge, and
do we have anyone good at scouting?
I can scout it out.
How are you going to do it?
I am going to. Well, I assume if I'm going to go first, I will approach the tower and keep an eye out for any obvious signs of anybody watching us, and also look for different entry points, anything that might be obvious, and as I approach the tower, and if I see anything dangerous, I will stop and investigate further or go back to the party and let them know.
Okay.
Before we go inside, I'm going to go ahead and cast my one mage spell for the day.
Yep.
I take a few steps away from him just in case.
What's your spell?
Protection from hunger and thirst, so I don't have to eat or drink.
Nice. Okay. All right. You feel well satisfied.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Okay, so I'm assuming for Nezarin that you're gonna probably try and move silently, like with the capital M, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe if you want to roll that into the, do I have the dice tower enabled?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a dice tower.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you do a move silently and drag it in the dice tower? We'll start with that.
That should be in abilities, right? Or
Skills.
Skills. Yeah.
And...
Thanks, Dwayne.
Oh, I guess I don't have move silently put in here. Add item. Oh, maybe not.
Should be a class skill, right? You're a ranger, or
I am, yes.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of tracking skills: swimming, survival, seamanship, rope use, animal handling. Maybe I have to add it. Sorry. Skills.
Yeah, no worries.
Let me do a search real quick. Stealth. Oh, there's no move silent.
Yeah, I think it's just called move silently.
It says thieving. So.
Oh, that's correct. It's under the thieving category. Yeah.
So I don't know if a ranger actually has that.
Yeah, because it shows under the class skills. It should have automatically been added when you did your class.
But this is using. So Rusty used. I used your 1E ranger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it might be constructed differently.
Okay.
So how do you want to handle move silently?
That's my bad then.
I'm gonna read what it is.
Yeah, the 1E ranger is better, so I don't blame you.
So it's a percentile with a base of 10.
Okay. If you just want to roll it like in the chat window, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, you could also do it in the tower if you have modifiers, Rusty, you want to do.
Oh, yeah. Actually, good point. Roll it into the tower.
Okay.
But
and that would be a D10, right?
Right
Percentile.
click on the D10, and then you can select percentile.
Okay. Roll 21. Where's my D10? Here it is. Roll percentile D100. Yeah. And then I just drop in a dice tower. Hopefully this is correct.
All right, cool. And I'll figure out how to automate it, next time. But okay, so you're moving along and trying to be quiet, and you cross the bridge, right? Everyone's holding back. You notice, so when you cross the bridge, you're kind of like in front of the central tower, and there's one to your right, there's one to your left, and there's one straight ahead. The one to the left, the westernmost tower, which you've been told is called the Tower of Power, you happen to notice, like, outside of that tower, there's like, I'll describe it as like a wooden structure that's kind of like built next to the tower. It's obvious to you, like it's not part of the tower. Someone just built this wooden structure next to it, right? And you notice that there are a crap ton of elves who are sort of mingling around the structure. And as a ranger, you're familiar with elven folk. And what's interesting is from a distance, they seem these are not typical like high elves. They are probably what you would refer to as gray elves, which means they're a little taller. And the insignia on their, on their armor is interesting because it's from there's like to the west of Greyhawk, there's a valley that's referred to as the Valley of the Mage, and there's a quite powerful magician who lives, kind of sets up shop in this valley, and these elves have his insignia, which is kind of outrageous based on the fact you're just a day's walk north of Greyhawk. Yeah.
Does my
So
does my character know about this mage or anything, or is this pretty mysterious to him?
I'll say it's like, I'm gonna say it's this is information that's like a common like rumor or common like story that people tell their kids about the Valley, the Mage, or the Mage of the Valley.
Okay.
So you don't know anything really specific, but it's like, dude, why? Like, this is kind of creepy. Like that, there are a bunch of elves that are wearing his insignia that you're aware of. Yeah.
So it is something that he probably would have heard through stories at his village, like when trade happens and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Nezrin quietly moves away and returns to the party to inform them what he saw.
Okay. So what do you guys think?
How many elves were there?
You're going to estimate... Let me just double check here. You're going to estimate there were probably at least a dozen.
Yeah, so at least a dozen elves. And they're all gray elves.
I recommend not attacking them.
Well, I don't know if we should attack them. That's a lot. There's only 5 of us. And they're elves. They can't be that bad.
What does Marastus think of... Does he know anything more about the Valley of the Mage?
Well, from your time on the ship, you will know that Marastus comes across as a pretentious prick and will expound endlessly on any topic. But he doesn't necessarily know anything, but he will expound on it.
Ah, okay.
That's nice. A terrible person. I think we could probably at least go up to them and see what's up. Any dwarves among us? Pretty sure elves don't like dwarves.
Yeah, no, there's no dwarves.
Yeah, you guys are half elves and human and a half orc.
Yeah, so I think we'll be okay.
Except for maybe the half orc.
Okay.
Let's just approach openly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're doing it. So, you guys, you've crossed the bridge. You go to the Western Tower, and there, like I said, there are a few of these elves. They're kind of, mingling around. As you guys approach closer, they you see more of them kind of come out of the woodwork. And gray elves are known for being, strategic and like they are, very serious combatants, right? So, while they may seem to be like mingling around, you guys know there's always like a method to their madness, right? So you approach the tower, and like I said, there's about a dozen of these gray elves, and there's one like kind of in the lead that walks up to meet you and greet you as you approach the tower. So any particular intentions before you chat with them?
Just try and look.
I'm going to hide behind Gorg the entire time.
Just try to look non-threatening. Casual.
Okay. All right, cool. So you walk up, and I'm telling you, this might be the most like self-satisfied, arrogant prick you've ever met in your life. This elf walks, in front of their group to greet you, and he's like, Hail, adventurers! I'm
Well,
assuming
hello
you want
there.
I'm assuming you want access to my tower. Is that true?
We're looking for a young boy who came through here. Did you happen to see anybody?
He laughs, like chuckles in a condescending way. I don't know what I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you want access to my tower, you're
Well,
gonna
did
have
he come
to.
through and ask for access to your tower?
Dude, do I owe you anything?
Just asking a question.
Yeah, I answered it.
That was an
Look,
answer. I was kind of looking for
yeah,
a yes or a no.
no. If you want to come into my tower, there are conditions.
If it's
And
your tower, why
if
aren't
you're
you?
not good
Why aren't
enough,
you in
if
it?
you're not good enough, just turn around, go back to
Well,
Greyhawk.
well, why would we want to go in your tower? Why do you tell us why we're here?
If I were you, I wouldn't want to go into it.
Oh,
Why not?
well, okay, why not? What's so dangerous about your tower?
No one comes out alive, I'll tell you that.
And how is it your tower if you don't occupy it?
Well, I'm here and he looks around. I'm here and I seem to have the muscle in the situation. So
You're
I
bandits.
guess it's my
Okay.
tower.
I'm glad we could straighten that out right up front.
Well,
Okay.
Whose
so-
tower was it before it was your tower?
So he laughs. He laughs. You know what? I've heard rumors this tower was built by the Archmage Zagig, but I don't think anyone's heard from him in decades. So it's my tower now.
So what are your conditions?
My tower. How? What do you demand from us to enter it?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll let you in the tower, but you got to play. There's like a game we have. You got to play the game.
Oh, game. I like it.
Yeah. So let me lay this out for you. If you're gonna come into the tower, you have to give up 1/3 of all the magical items that you find in the tower. So you can come freely, but you have to agree you're giving up 1/3 of the items. When you leave, we're gonna identify your items and take 1/3 of them. Okay.
I mean, honestly, I look at the group and I stay quiet. I mean, honestly, that's really not a bad idea. 1/3 of everything. And we're here to get the kid anyway. So,
But we're also. I mean, you, you know, I know we've kind of like had a bad start here, but we're friendly. Like we could play a game too. Like, we could play a dice game, and the result of the dice determines what tribute you have to pay us when you leave the dungeon, and it might end up being more in your favor or less in your favor. So you can either take the dice game, or just give us 1/3. Or get the hell out of here.
I look at the party and I say, I vote for the third. It's whatever the consensus is. My
Yeah,
vote is to do the third.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't trust his dice.
Okay. Okay. So
I guess so.
yeah. So they they're gonna lead you into the tower, like, but you have to enter through the wooden structure they've built next to it. But they have their own like entrance to the tower now. So
Okay. Well, as long as everybody agrees, I guess we can enter the tower.
Okay.
all right. All right. Let me set the map up here.
And after we enter the tower, and those guys are not near us, I grin and I say, nobody ever said we couldn't use the magic items before we gave it to them.
Exactly. There's lots of loopholes.
I'd rather just leave the magic items behind than surrender any.
Yeah,
personally.
cache them.
Nice. So, I think I just shared a map with you. You can see like you're
Yep.
kind of standing next to some kind of structure here, and there are double doors, and
I don't see
that's
myself on the map.
no.
Yeah, zoom out.
You might be at the top right.
There we go. There we go. Okay, thanks.
There we go.
All right, so you can see to the west there, there's some double doors, and you're kind of outside this wooden structure that's connected to the tower. So they're telling you like, "Hey, brave adventurers, go, go into the tower." I just turned off the token movement lock. God, I wish there was like a way to default that to off. Like I hate that setting.
There's a button on the map for it.
Yeah, there is. I just like every freaking time I forget to click that button, and like every time I gotta click it, and I just wish you could default it to off. Like it's so annoying to me, but okay. So you guys are standing outside the tower, and then they're like, there are the double doors, and it's into that wooden structure. So
Hey, it looks like there's some stairs down here.
wait. Oh yeah. Yeah, so you do see some stairs down there, but they go up to like a platform of some sort. It's like I can't think of the word, but it's like a like a kind of a 2-story type platform with there's like an arquebus and whatnot on top of it. Yep.
So like siege defenses, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gorg, do you see any doors up there or anything?
No.
But you guys do notice that there are like these gigantic double doors.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, on the tower. Behind this structure.
Nope, darn it.
Can we get to them? Can we get to those doors?
Yeah. I might have done the line of sight wrong to like where you can't actually get to it, but you should be able to get to it, yeah. Yeah, you can get to it, yeah.
Oh, this place is huge.
Yeah, so interesting, as you circle the tower, you find a couple of pyramids south of the tower that they don't appear to be connected to it, but there's a couple pyramids that are just sitting out there in the plains next to this tower.
I don't see any entrances to any of these pyramids.
Yeah, nothing is apparent. No.
We could spend some time searching,
Yeah, we could.
or we can just scout around.
Yeah.
For now.
I'll go ahead and, if you guys want to scout around, I'm going to go ahead and check these pyramids out and see if I can find any.
Don't split the party.
Always split the party. It's more fun that way.
Always split the party. I'm just going to see if there's any hidden.
Dude, never split the party, especially in my campaign.
At first level.
Yeah, you are first level, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, I shall do what the party wants to do.
Okay. So what are we doing? Are we going to the entrance for that wooden tower to the north?
Ask the elf what percentage of people come back out after they go in.
All right. So, and remember, he's a really cocky, kind of off-putting person, right? He laughs when you ask that, and he's like, "I'd be surprised if 10% come back out."
Well, in that case, I open the door.
All right. So you did. You just opened the door. So, yeah. So you open the door, and there's like a small entry room or whatever with another door behind it.
I'm opening that door too.
All right. It opens up into a kitchen. I'm gonna put the room description in the chat. I'll do that periodically with various rooms, but it's a, just seems like a standard kitchen, and there's a keg of wine and a keg of water in here.
All right.
And one thing you can see from here, so to the northeast in this room, there's like a kind of like small stairs there that lead up to a tower with a ballista on top. So that's where Gorg is. Yeah.
Can that be aimed at the elves? Just asking for a friend.
It could be. It could be. Yeah. And then in this room, you've got, there's like a pantry, there's a couple tables, there's a door to the west, there's like a fireplace kind of thing there. But yeah, you can do whatever you want from here.
All right, open the door.
All right. All right. So you open the door, you come in. One thing that's kind of funny to you is there are like what you recognize to the north as murder holes in the wall. But no one's trying to murder you right now. And then to the south, there are steps that kind of curve around and go down to the ground, where another entrance to this room, essentially. And then to the west, there's a door.
Open the door.
All right. So in this room, there is a ballista in here pointed to the south at a double door. And in here, there are a couple of elves that are manning the ballista, and they say like, "Hey, you well met, adventurers. If you intend to enter Tower of Power, like, you know, we'll give you a freebie. Like, if you want to enter, we'll shoot at whatever attacks you, but good luck beyond that. We're not helping you beyond that. And they're behind the ballista ready to help you.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Are these the same gray elves that were outside?
Yeah, they're definitely gray elves. Yep.
I get to one of the double doors and I look at who's next to me here. Sorry.
It's me.
I look at Baron and I nod at him and I say, "Let's just open it up. That when we open, we're off to the side and they can fire the ballista if there's anything in there."
Okay. And they get really serious. They're, you know, and one of the guys manning the ballista is like, "Hey, listen." Like, he pulls you aside. He's like, "Listen, a lot of people come in here. They don't come out. Like, don't be stupid. I want to see you succeed, but..."
A while back?
What's that?
Did a kid come in here a while back? Teenager?
A human?
Thought he was a high priest.
Yeah, a human. He might have been talking about Vecna.
Oh, that delusional kid. That delusional kid.
Yeah, we're trying to find him.
He came in. He told us he was a high priest of Bakub.
Yep, that's the kid.
How long ago was that?
Oh my god, that was a couple days ago.
Oh shit, he might be dead.
Well, I'll tell you what, he hasn't come out.
No, so we don't know if he's dead or not.
No,
let's go find
him. This kid didn't stand a chance. Didn't stand a chance. That's how he.
Why'd you let him through?
I just work here, dude.
Fair enough.
Oh, can't argue against that.
All right. So you open this door, and there is. You guys know what an Etten is? Like the two-headed giant thing? There's an Etten.
Dumber than a bag of hammers and very strong.
There's an Etten in this room. And. Oh, shit. Let's see. Okay. There's an Etten just standing in this room. You throw the doors open, you see it. These elves, like, you guys are talking and everything, they get, like, everything gets crucial all of a sudden. They get behind this ballista and just, like, with great skill, just fire it off and just shoot a siege weapon essentially right through its heart, and the thing dies.
Nice.
And they're like, "Okay, that's your freebie. Good luck."
I salute them and I say, "Thanks, man." And my character definitely knows what Ettins are because he's dealt with them in the mountains near his village.
So one thing that's alarming is, like, the wall, like, to the south, across from that ballista, is just riddled with, like, chunks of, like, big divots blown out of the wall and stuff. Like, this is not the first time this has happened. Essentially.
I kind of peer into the room and just kind of look around and see if there's anything else in here.
Nope. The most notable thing is you just see, like, the big chunks taken out of the wall, and there's a door to the south.
Gordon's gonna search that, and
Well, I string up my bow and I get ready. I just kind of hang back here and I say, "Well, I got my bow. I'm ready."
Okay. All right. And yeah, the only obvious exit is to the south. If by the way, if anyone, I'm not, like, trying to push you one way or the other, but if whenever you want to, like, roll, like, a like a secret doors check or whatever, just throw it in the dice tower.
Question:
But
is that door big enough for that Atten to have gotten through? That's in the south.
So out of game here, out of character here, I'm going to say I'm not great at mapping. So I'm going to say it is, even though maybe it's probably not. But yeah.
In game world, it is. It is big enough for.
In the game, it is. Like, I'm just like a shitty mapper, I guess.
Do we find anything on the Etten?
No.
Okay.
No, he had like a tree trunk club, and that's about it. So
what the hell was he doing in this room in the first place?
Who knows?
All right, let's open the next door.
I ready in action to fire my bow through that door if I see anything hostile.
All right.
Just lure it back in front of the ballista.
Dude,
this
is the way.
Already.
This is the way, right? Yeah. So you look through the door, and it opens up into a small chamber. And there are doors to the, there's a door to the west. There's actually a door to the north if you go a little further west, and then it opens up into some kind of room to the east that's got a gigantic table with tons of chairs around it, like huge table.
I suggest that I walk into this large chamber as quietly as I can. But Baron, it looks like Baron already went in.
Yeah.
We're the two tanky people are up front walking around like we own the place, because for as dangerous as we've been being told about it, okay, there was one Etten, one shot, one kill on that, and this Baron, this cocky he's quietly cocky, is thinking to himself, this place isn't as bad as everybody seems to make it out to be. I don't know what the big deal is.
Before we move forward, I remember what the high priest said earlier. I take the holy water that I bought earlier, and I just put a little sample of it on the back of my hand to see if there's if it burns me or anything like that. Because my character wants to figure out this reverse magical effect thing that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Is that going to affect the holy water that I have? So I try it out on my skin, just like a little sample of it.
If the holy water burns him, I immediately want to turn undead on him.
Okay, so you pour it on your hand, and there's no effect.
Okay.
That you notice.
That's good to know. So I'm
going to check out this fireplace.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna put my ear to these doors and just kind of try to listen and see if I hear anything on the other side of these doors here.
Okay, so a couple things going on. So let's start with in the room real quick. So Gorg is gonna check out the fireplace. So the
going for a bathroom break.
The fireplace doesn't, seem like there's nothing suspicious about it.
It's not out of the ordinary.
Yeah. I will say, that huge table in the middle, it looks like it's made of purple marble, and it's got gold swirls in it.
Wow.
And the walls in this room, they seem like it's coated with a purple soot, containing flecks of gold, but nothing specific about that fireplace. Now, as as Nezarin listens at that door, if you want to do like a hear noise roll into the
Yeah.
into the dice tower.
All right, let me look at skills. See, I guess all skills. Perception, I guess. No.
I think it's just hear noise, but
Yeah, I don't see anything like that.
okay.
Let me
Give me one.
I guess maybe just alertness. Maybe alertness.
So I don't know why it's not on your sheet, but you like if you roll a d6 for like hear noise, you should you'll have a chance on a d6.
Okay, so 1d6.
Yep.
All right, I'll just roll a 1d6 in the dice tower, and then I guess you can add whatever modifiers are needed.
Okay. All right. So Nezarin is listening at that door, and doesn't hear anything.
Okay. Then I go to the next door up north, and I do the same thing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6. All right. Doesn't hear anything.
I motion at Renta, and I ask quietly, like, should we check out these doors?
Yeah, just let's get us all together first, before we start opening doors.
I kind of back away, and I tell them when Baron comes in, I say, hey, I don't hear anything on the other side.
But west door or north door? Which one are we going to go through?
West, I guess.
All right.
West is the best.
Nice.
Step up, open the door.
All right. So this opens up into I have a description in the chat. Opens up into, a pretty big room. There's a dais in the center, and you can see like niches around around the room where presumably there were like incense was placed, but nothing else here.
Then I go ahead and open up the north door.
Okay. All right. It opens up into, I guess kind of like a pizza shaped room there. And there's it just appears to be completely empty.
Huh. Okay. I walk back out and I close that door, and I go in the other room with it. Wherever everybody else is, I follow them.
Okay.
I go up to the center of the dais here and stand on it. Because something's going to happen, right? No?
Get teleported to the Nine Hells.
That'd be awesome.
See ya.
Okay. So, Baron, when you go into the center of the dais and kind of stand there and scrutinize it, something happens.
Ruh-roh.
There's a
Nine Hells, you're screwed.
there's a very faint image of a crown that appears on like the south edge of the dais.
Oh. Crown.
And it begins yeah, you see this image of a crown that starts to glow and like radiate with light, and it's starting to get brighter, and brighter.
And I leave the room.
Okay.
I kind of walk back. I hang back next to the door and just watch Baron and hope he doesn't die.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what's Baron doing specifically?
I'm just standing on the dais, like, okay, is this gonna do anything? And I see this crown, and I just wait.
Okay. Do me a favor, everyone. I want you to from your character sheet, roll a saving throw versus petrification.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want that in the tower or just
In
in
the
the
tower.
open?
It doesn't matter. Either way.
Okay, saving throw versus petrification.
TPK.
Where do I do that?
Main tab.
Front page on the right.
Just
Oh,
double
Yeah,
click
if
the
you
saving throw
double
number.
click the value for your save versus petrification, it should roll the die.
There we go. So I got a 15, save 11. I failed.
Okay. So I'm gonna do something that's kind of a shortcut thing here. Those of you who failed the saving throw,
All
you
of
are
us.
blinded. Everyone did?
Does it
Oh my
matter
god,
that I'm not
everyone
in the room?
did. Okay, so what happens is this crown glows and progressively glows more. It gets really bright, and the lot of you are blinded now for 3 rounds.
Okay.
I was not in the room.
Okay, whoever wasn't in the room isn't subject to that. Everyone else is blinded. 3 rounds.
I feel my way. Since I'm already next to the door, I just kind of feel my way and I try to go back out the door into this smaller room here. I attempt to do that.
I
Okay.
sit down and wait.
Nice.
Gort does the same thing.
All
He
right.
just accepts his fate.
Okay.
I'm in the other room and have no idea that happened.
So,
You're missing all the fun.
So, luckily, you guys are able to like kind of sit down and withstand this and whatnot, and no wandering monsters or anything. So, you 3 minutes later, the ones that were affected by it are like kind of rubbing their eyes and like, oh god, I can see again.
Oh man!
Great.
Well, I'm glad we didn't die.
Yeah.
What's going on in there? Did you find anything?
Is the image of the crown still there, or is it gone after we
It's
get our
gone.
tiebreaker?
It's gone.
It's gone.
Well,
Okay.
I think
It's
I know what I'm
gone.
going to do next time we see something like that. I'm going to be smart, like Marastus here. Just turn around and walk out the door.
Yeah. So you've got a door to this, or double doors to the south. You got the one to the east where you came from. I do have to say, at this point, I think it's probably like this is probably a good like stopping point
Okay.
in terms of
Okay.
we can because I think that if you go through the doors to the south, like a little birdie told me that might be in like an extended encounter that I probably am not gonna want to stay up that late for.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, this has been good. I had a lot of fun. You guys have fun?
Yeah, great start.
A good start.
Good start.
Cool.
We almost died, so
Yeah, that's
that
always
was good.
get the heart beating for a second there.
All right, cool. Yeah, so let's pause it here, and then we'll pick up in 2 weeks.
All right, awesome. Thanks.
Same
man.
time
All right.
next week, or will it be? You'll just let us know.
Probably around the same time. Yeah, like I gotta look at it. But it's probably gonna be about the same time. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good,
So-
man. Thanks a lot.
Okay, good.
All
Thanks
right,
for
yeah,
running.
dude. Thanks for playing. This is great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
it's a lot of
Rusty. Yeah, it was a blast.
Thanks for
Right.
running it.
All right. Yep.
All right.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Why?
Funny is there's a weird sort of time dilation. So even though this all happened staggered, you all fall at the same time.
I don't like Oprah. Okay?
Yeah.
Andrew, that was a really shitty favor, okay?
You called me.
And then you gave us to Oprah?
Look,
She's too smart. I don't like it.
Here's a top tip, Sage. You want to hear my top tip for the day? All hot people are smart. I've learned.
Oh. Well, now I feel bad.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
oh God. Are we ready to go in?
Can I just fucking kill somebody?
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
need
do
some
that
ankles.
soon.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. You guys get ready to go in, and I gotta make a phone call.
All right. And I kind of just nervously like pull out like this little tiny finger bone and start chewing on it.
Nice.
Oh,
All right,
look
so
at here.
you're all heading into the office except for Jimmy?
Yeah.
All right. So we just watch the camera see all of you walk into the office, and then the camera zooms back to Jimmy. Jimmy, who are you calling?
Jimmy's face kind of drops as soon as he's alone, because he doesn't give it like he no longer has to pretend to be the chuckle fuck, and he pulls out his phone and just punches a number that just has a money bag for the contact on it. And
All right.
I'm gonna use my imp move, business as usual.
Okay. And tell us what the move does.
So that